Hey cereal lovers, the Connoisseur here, back with another review. You're gonna like this one. I've been getting a lot of fan mail, and it's a common criticism that isn't on me, but on the industry that I've been agreeing with lately is we're not seeing much of the noble mascot anymore these days. I don't know when there was a cultural shift, maybe some of the past elections we've been having, but you don't really see a beloved mascot as much anymore. So I thought for this one we might get back to the basics and really hone in on a hero, so to speak, one of the great heroes of cereal history. And that is why today we'll be reviewing Lucky Charms, featuring the creme de la creme of Leprechaun mascots, Lucky himself. Let's jump in. So here it is, the tried and true Lucky Charms. And now, ladies and gentlemen, for our first point, is there a mascot? Is there a mascot? Yes, indeed there is. It's none other than Lucky the Leprechaun. That's him. He's been around for as long as I can remember, as long as I've been eating cereal. I think Lucky is one of the true bastions of the Irish American dream, in that he built an empire out of nothing. This is his business. He made from the ground up, and wouldn't you know it, there's always little kids chasing after him, trying to get a free handout of his cereal, of his work. If that isn't a sign of the things to come, I don't know what is. But look at that. He's always got a smile on his face, got a song in his heart, probably an Irish song, Danny Boy. That's all I know. You see a lot of movies these days, like The Irish Man, where they show Irish men as criminals and gangsters. Ignore the liberal media and Martin Scorsese. I think The Irish Man should be this one right here, who's, really doing a good thing for the world and Irish culture in general, and I think all Irish Americans should aspire to be him. But we are lucky to have him here, lucky. So obviously this is going to be a big score for our first point. Is there a mascot? He's one of the greats. If there were a cereal Hall of Fame, I think he would be in it. Maybe have his own wing, the Lucky Wing. But of course, we have him, so now let's go to the back of the box, and this is going to be another very special part of our review. So another problem that we've been having with our last batch of reviews is they're really not putting a lot into the back of the box. So folks, I went out and found one of the biggest whistleblowers in cereal history. There is a Leprechaun Trap on the back of this box. You can make it yourself and capture your own leprechaun. Now it says wait for Lucky to stand on the trapdoor and fall inside, but I think this could be any leprechaun. It doesn't need to be the one who, is giving us this cereal. And I think, truth be told, he's too busy to really go from house to house and fall for this kind of trickery. He's a much smarter leprechaun than that, smarter than the average leprechaun. But I think this is really going to be our chance to prove ourselves to the naysayers, to the ones who called us fools for believing in this. I think now that the shoe's on the other foot, the tables have come home to roost, the tables have turned, and some whistleblower has just basically confirmed in the cereal industry that leprechauns are real. And I think very soon you'll be finding a lot more evidence once people are building and setting these traps up. Let's see what there is. It's very ingenious. Anyone could have thought of this, but leave it to the folks of, who makes this one? General Mills. I'll just say it's General Mills. Leave it to the folks of General Mills to really lay this out there for you to actually follow through on it. So here's what you do. Have an adult help cut along the dotted lines. Well, I'm an adult. I could do that myself. Another advantage I have over children. Fold the charm stand up into a standing position. So you're a leprechaun. You're going to come by and see this. Look at this. Free samples for leprechauns. Lucky you. Try before you buy. Gathered this morning, so fresh Lucky Charms. Boy. Rainbow Fresh. There's all the marshmallows. There's all the colors, all the shapes. Now we're going to get to our review for that later. Free charm milk for leprechauns. All you can drink. I've tried to find this charm milk. So far it's all oats or almonds or what else is there? Walnuts. I'm sure there's a walnut milk. But no charm milk. I'll get there eventually. So here's the big piece of the puzzle. The leprechaun charm line. Forms here, please. Leprechauns, stand here. Please stand here if you're a leprechaun. So basically, if you're a literate leprechaun, you should be knowing that this is where you need to go. And once you do, you fall inside the trap door under the guise of delicious cereal. What you actually get is a prison. So we're going to build this later, and I really do plan on being the first one to get footage of our findings. So stay tuned. After the main review, we are going to assemble this, and we will set it up in a way that guarantees our leprechaun comes home to roost. So now one of the crucial segments of our review is the shape of the cereal. And folks, this is as diverse as it comes. Not only do you have all the marshmallows, but you also have the, maybe not quite as exciting, but you know, they got to put those in there for your health, for a balanced breakfast. Let's see, there's an arrowhead, there's an X, there's what I think is a bell, and a Jesus fish. So it's like basically one of those coexist bumper stickers. Let's see if we can even lay it out like that. Yeah, there we go. So kind of all the beliefs, all the ideologies of the world in cereal. It's a very beautiful thing. Now for the marshmallows, this is the fun part. We have shooting stars, make a wish. Oh, it came true. I got cereal. Rainbows. After every storm, there will come a rainbow. Just like, you know, after every hard day, there's a bowl of cereal. There's a kind of an ideology in there. Horseshoes. I don't usually like to think about horses' feet when I eat cereal, but this is such a good marshmallow and such a fun shape that I'm always able to overlook that. Now this is a new edition. They didn't have this when I was a kid, but this is the unicorn. It doesn't quite look like a unicorn, but I think there's the identification of the mane and the horn, which really is all you need. I think it would have been cooler if they'd made an entire body so that maybe you could have the unicorn jumping over the rainbow, or maybe putting the little hat on it. That's another shape, is the Irish hat, very famous in Irish culture. Yeah, look at that. It's a jaunty little Irish fellow. There's hearts. All of us have this, which is to say that, you know, we're all the same inside. And if all of the people in the world ate Lucky Charms, then we really would be all the same inside, because we'd have the same cereal in our stomachs. And a moon, or maybe a flower. I was never quite certain on this one. If you ever like to use your imagination, maybe there's different interpretations to these. But this is so much that I'm honestly overwhelmed just looking at it all. And when you see what it looks like in a bowl of cereal, it's a beautiful thing. One of the highest marks I can give for this segment on the shape of the cereal. But of course, what's the shape without a taste, as Shakespeare once said? So let's get to the taste test. All right, folks, I poured myself a bowl, and as I mentioned, it is a beautiful thing when it all comes together, really. Look, you've got the marshmallows, you've got the pagan shapes. After a certain point, they kind of dye the milk fun colors. You can feel like you're eating cereal in the 60s or something. But, of course, it's all well and good to look like a beautiful bowl of cereal, but what does it taste like? Let's find out. Magically delicious. Doesn't do it justice, Lucky. I don't think there's magic so much as hard work involved, and you really should give yourself a little extra credit there. It's another thing I wish they would do is maybe steer themselves away from the commercials where the kids are chasing Lucky. Maybe instead, you know, give Lucky a little more respect. He's really made this beautiful cereal from nothing. Like, maybe there could be a commercial where he's giving a TED Talk, or like giving a lot of jobs in the community to make his cereal. It can be like in a forest or something, since he's a leprechaun. It really does not get much better than this. This is one of the all-time classics, with an all-time classic mascot, all-time classic shapes. Lucky Charms, and we're lucky to have it. So, you know, I'm not like those kids in the commercial. When I want a bowl of this, I go out and I buy it with my own money, and I support one of our greatest Irish treasures and businessmen, Lucky the Leprechaun. I couldn't eat another bite. So, speaking of leprechauns, let's get to what you all most likely came here to see, and we're going to build ourselves a leprechaun trap. Alright, well, it's been an hour. I can see why the instructions say adults only, because this was a real pain in the ass, but I think I got it figured out, basically. We have our fold up, we have our trap set. Of course, what is a trap without leprechaun bait? So the bait has been set. We do have our little trap door for the leprechauns. And, you know, the imagery that'll lure them right in. I did notice a fatal flaw with their leprechaun trap is this entire section is wide open. So hypothetically, if the leprechaun got in there, it could just crawl right out. But not to worry. I did think of a quick fix. So anyone who gets in there is going to have a heck of a time getting out. I'm not sure how strong leprechauns are, but this is college ruled 70 sheets, so they're not getting out of there anytime soon. So once you really have your trap set, I am going to put this by our fireplace. I'm not sure how leprechauns go in the magical creature dichotomy, but I'm pretty sure it's Santa Claus rules. If they're going to come in through anywhere, it's going to come in through the chimney. There's a nice open ventilation. They're going to smell the Lucky Charms. Actually, I should probably move this closer to facing the ventilation. So they're going to come right in through the chimney. They're going to go, oh, fiddle-dee-dee, what do I see? And they're going to see some Lucky Charms on display. And if that doesn't do it, this will. Because I've seen nature documentaries where they'll put a T-bone steak on a little stool, and once you get a nice breeze going with an oscillating fan, animals will pick up on that scent and come floating through the air to get to the T-bone steak. So I'm sure the same rules apply with Lucky Charms cereal. So our trap is set, our bait is set. We've got our fireplace entryway. We've got our fan to really spread the scent up through the shaft and bring in all those little Irish creatures we love so much. And folks, check back in no time at all, and I'm sure that we will have on our channel the first authentication of leprechauns. In the meantime, keep watching the skies, or keep watching the rainbows. The truth is out there.